Good day, everybody who loves wrestling. I'm here to talk about one person, and that is this person right here, Sasha Banks, the boss. I wish I could do what she does. I don't know how to move my hips. Well, we're going to talk about Sasha Banks and what in the world is the WWE doing with her. Anyways, you're probably wondering, why should you listen to me, somebody who only has 8 subscribers and only had 4 views on his last video? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because I flip tables. That's why. Now let's talk about Sasha Banks. What is the WWE doing with this lady? I don't understand. Okay, so when she first comes on, she comes back from a 4-month hiatus. She goes and she's kicking butt. She's taking chairs to Becky Lynch, taking chairs to Charlotte. She's like unstoppable. And then after the first week, they make her kind of a weak heel. Like this past week, right? She has the match. Of course, you know, her and Bayley win, but she doesn't look real strong. And then Becky Lynch comes out and she's able to beat up both Bayley and Sasha. That should not happen, man. You gotta book her a little stronger. If we want us to get interested in her, you want us to, you know, really dislike her or like her or whatever, really care about this character or not care about the character, you can't make her look like a wimp. So at the end of SmackDown, you know, she jumps Becky Lynch at the end. She gets the upper hand, but which doesn't make any sense. She can't beat her up with Bayley's help, but she can beat her up by herself. I don't know. That's just crazy. So let's get going here with Sasha Banks. I would rather them, if I'm watching the whole show for myself, would rather have Sasha Banks come back and maybe start a rivalry with somebody like maybe an Amber Moon or with Natalya. Maybe they should make that little go a little farther. That way they could have her dominate a lesser, I don't want to say a lesser opponent, but somebody who's not the champion, basically. Okay, have them dominate this person, and then we can build up to her and Becky Lynch. I think they might have thrown it all together because they had the Fox thing coming up and the WWE draft and such. And maybe that's why they put her up the top. But I think it would have been better if she had a little rivalry before she had the rivalry with Becky Lynch and the whole Bayley. And then they could have produced the more Bayley. We can see the Bayley turn a little slower, but it would have been probably better and manifest itself there at the end. So it kind of hurt. So the whole thing right now seems like a rush, I guess I'm trying to say. Seems like they're trying to rush everything together. Now, personally, I think if Sasha doesn't win the belt at the Hell in a Cell match, what was this whole point of bringing her back going straight at Becky Lynch? They have to have Sasha Banks win the belt at the Hell in a Cell, mainly because it makes sense story-wise, and I think it would be a better rivalry. You can't have her get beat and then, then who's Becky Lynch is going to fight, basically. I don't know how long they plan on carrying out this rivalry. However, she has to win the Hell in a Cell. Now, if she loses the Hell in a Cell, the other idea that I would go with, if I'm, right now we're talking around the water cooler conversation right here. If she loses the Hell in a Cell, she has to get drafted by SmackDown. And then her and Bayley can be friends. And then eventually there has to be a Sasha betrayal of Bayley. You know, she turns her back on her. I mean, it would be like they did, last year or two ago, how she was always turning her back on Bayley. But it has to happen if she doesn't get the belt from Becky Lynch at Hell in a Cell. They have to have her and Bayley on the same show. And they have to have her betraying her sometime in the next 3, 4, or 5 months, right? That's what I'm thinking. So, but I just don't understand why they're not. I don't understand how they're booking Sasha Banks. How they're writing this whole storyline out with her right now. She comes out really strong, and then they have her running around, getting beat up. When she can't even beat up one person at a time. I don't know why the WWE is so fixated on having their heels be cowards. You know, it's good to have a strong heel that we need to be like, man, this person's so good, and then every once in a while they cheat as well. It really helps us hate this person. But I mean, they're just a coward. It's just, I don't know. It's like every other heel that they got. There's nothing really special about it. Well, maybe that's kind of where they don't go. To me, that's where they're going with Sasha Banks. She has a lot of charisma. She's great in the ring. She's great. She's really good on the microphone. But they're booking her like every other heel. They need to get her, do something with her that's a little different. Instead of booking her the same. That's my opinion about Sasha Banks. What are they doing with her? Book her a little stronger. Put the belt on her at Hell in a Cell. If you fail doing that, then you got to get her with Bayley. And eventually, you have to have a betrayal. And then maybe a big match around Royal Rumble. Maybe you carry that on into WrestleMania. I don't know. But then the thing is, if you take the belt off Becky, what do you have then? You got a little rivalry between the two. You can carry on that storyline a little further. But I don't know if you could go another 6 months with that storyline. But anyways, I'm glad to see Sasha Banks back, that she's in use. I just hope they put a belt on her and maybe have that belt on her for more than a week or two. You know, at least a couple months or so, right? So that's my opinion. If you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't watched my videos before. And share it. And leave your comment. Do you like how they're using Sasha Banks at this time? Do you think she's overrated? Do you think she's underrated? Do you not care about what's going on between her and Becky and the two horsewomen? So, I don't know. That's my short little video. Hope you have a great day. And until next time, sayonara.